Julieta Pareja, meet the 16-year-old American wildcard at this year's U.S. Open. At just 16, American tennis player Julieta Pareja is set to compete at her first senior Grand Slam tournament. The teenager, who recently became the world #1 girls player, was handed a wild card for this year's U.S. Open main draw, in recognition of her breakthrough season, which has seen her impress not only on the junior circuit, but also against senior professionals on tour. But speaking to CNN Sports from her home near San Diego, just before traveling to New York, Pareja seemed remarkably relaxed for such a momentous occasion. "I'm just super excited, just being able to actually play against really high-ranked players that I've watched on TV," she says. "I love following tennis. I'm always following the professionals at the tournament, so to be able to have the opportunity to play against them, it'll be really nice, especially at a home Grand Slam. Having the crowd and the support will be really special." Chatting to Pareja feels like speaking to a veteran professional. Despite this being the best year of her fledgling career and with huge opportunities on the horizon, the youngster is so well balanced. Perhaps owing to the close support she receives from her family and coaches, nothing seems to faze her. She doesn't get too excited when things are going well, nor does she seem too bothered by the weight of expectation that naturally comes with being the world #1 girls player. It was a title Pareja picked up after this year's Wimbledon Junior Tournament, where she reached the final for both the singles and doubles events. Despite coming up short in both finals, the teenager's disappointment was later eased after being told about her new ranking. "I was like, oh, wow, I didn't even expect it," she says, seemingly relaxed about the incredible achievement. "It shows all the hard work and the effort you put into practice, and the team that helps you get better every day. It's all paying off. So I'm just excited. It's one of the small goals of many I have." Promising talent. While the junior events at Grand Slams don't usually draw widespread interest, Pareja's name was talked about among journalists at Wimbledon this year, with some predicting big things for the 16-year-old. Earlier in the year, Pareja became the youngest player to reach a WTA Tour-level semifinal since a 15-year-old Coco Gauff in 2019. Despite losing in the Final Four of the Copa Calcenitas in Colombia, it showed just what Pareja can do at that level. It was extra special given Pareja's Colombian heritage, with her mom being from the South American nation and her dad also having Colombian family. It was her family, in fact, who triggered her love for the sport. Pareja says she first picked up a tennis racket at the age of 4, with her mom helping her learn the basics at local courts near her house. Her 2 older sisters also play the game, serving as perfect role models for Pareja in those early years. While her 2 siblings remain influential to her game, Pareja also noted Spanish legend Rafael Nadal as one of her biggest idols. "It's just his competitiveness, his mindset on the court," she says. "He's just someone who's super humble, and you can tell he puts a lot of work into his mindset. I really like how he competes and his composure on court." Balancing life and tennis. The poise and maturity Pareja displays when speaking during her interview with CNN Sports has certainly translated to her own game. Nothing seems to throw her off, and she's dedicated to getting better at every aspect. Training up to 2 sessions every day, with gym work and conditioning in between, there isn't always time for much else other than tennis in the youngster's life. But Pareja works hard on striking a balance, managing to still socialize with friends and taking time away from the sport to read or relax at the nearby beach at home. Becoming a world-class senior professional, though, is never far from her mind, and that inevitably involves traveling for months on end to play in tournaments around the world. There is also the small matter of schoolwork. Pareja attended classes for as long as possible but has since switched to online courses, making room in her busy schedule to keep up with her studies. It's a life that might sound exhausting on paper, but it's one that the American feels privileged to have. "Honestly, I don't feel like it's tiring for me to go out and travel. I love playing tennis and getting the opportunity to go and travel the world and play the sport that I love, and have the opportunity to play against great players. Obviously, if you're going out for 3 months, I think mentally and physically, you're going to be tired, but I think being able to recharge back home for a week or just taking a few days off, just helps you.